The lawyer set a cardboard box on the table in front of me. Inside was a single item, my grandmother's recipe book, leather-bound, stained with decades of cooking, corners soft from years of love. Have you ever been in a room where you could practically hear everyone's pity? That was me, the quiet granddaughter who did all the work, getting a box of paper while the golden child gets the gold. Across the table, my cousin Madison was reviewing her inheritance. A 4-bedroom house, a $50,000 jewelry collection, the antique furniture, the savings accounts, everything. Madison got everything, and I got a recipe book. My Aunt Patricia, Madison's mother, actually laughed. "Well, Eleanor, I suppose Grandma wanted you to have something sentimental. My name is Ellie, and I'm 28 years old. For as long as I can remember, I've lived in Madison's shadow. She was the star, straight A's, pageant wins, the perfect blonde hair. I was the supporting cast no one noticed. Here is the thing about perfect people. Usually they are just better at hiding the ugly parts. I saw the pinches when no one was looking. I saw the sabotaged friendships. I saw the calculated smiles. But in my family, if Madison said it was raining, they'd all grab an umbrella, even if the sun was shining. By the time we were adults, Madison was a high-flying real estate agent. I was a pastry chef. They called her ambitious, and me still finding myself. I stopped trying to correct them. I just kept showing up for Grandma. My grandmother, Ruth, was 87, sharp, observant. She lived through the Depression, and she knew the value of $1 and the value of a person. 3 weeks before she died, she asked me to visit on a Wednesday, not our usual Sunday. I remember how the light hit her face that day. She looked frail, but her eyes were like steel. She told me the will would look like a mistake. She told me I had to trust her. At the time, I thought she was just preparing me for disappointment. I didn't realize she was preparing me for war. Madison isn't who she pretends to be, she told me, and I've been keeping track. I didn't understand. Not until I got that box home. I opened the book at my kitchen table. Apple pie, beef stew, Sunday roast, then between the lemon cake and the Christmas ham, an envelope. "You were always my favorite, sweetheart. Now go find the truth." My hands were shaking so hard the paper was rattling. I started flipping. Behind the bread pudding, a bank statement, a $15,000 wire transfer, Grandma's note. Madison forged my signature. I kept looking. Behind the apple crisp, another $8,000 missing. Between the pot roast and the mashed potatoes, a handwritten log. March 14th. Madison asked about my passwords. May 18th. Found a credit card in my name I never applied for. Madison's address was on the bill. $80,000. That's what she'd taken. While pretending to be the devoted granddaughter at the nursing home, Madison was draining Grandma's life savings. Can you imagine? Holding an old woman's hand with one hand and signing her name on a forged check with the other? It makes my blood boil just narrating this. I called Mr. Hendricks, the lawyer. He knew. He had the sealed copies. Grandma wanted Madison to feel secure and overconfident before the floor fell out from under her. And she wanted me to be the one to pull the lever. The annual reunion, Aunt Patricia's house. Madison was holding court, making fun of my cookie-baking career. I just smiled. At 4 p.m., I stood up with my laptop. "I want to share what Grandma left me," I said. I clicked the first slide, a photo of the forged $15,000 check. The room went so quiet you could hear the air conditioner hum. Madison's smirk didn't just fade, it vanished. I read the text message Grandma had intercepted. "The old woman won't last much longer. Keep your mouth shut and play along." Madison lunged for the laptop. My Uncle Robert caught her arm. "Madison, stop!" The fallout was total. Madison's husband filed for divorce within 48 hours. The district attorney opened a case. 4 years in prison, full restitution. Every cent she stole and the house she thought she'd inherited was seized. But there was one last thing. A second letter from Grandma. The money Madison stole. It was returned to the estate, and Grandma had privately named me the sole beneficiary. I received over $300,000. But that's not why I keep the book on my counter. I keep it because on page 42, Grandma wrote, "You're doing great, sweetheart. I'm proud of you. Revenge is sweet, but Grandma's apple pie is sweeter." What time is it for you right now? Drop it in the comments. And if you've ever been the one who was overlooked while a Madison took the credit, hit that subscribe button. You aren't invisible here. I'll see you in the next one.